Welcome back to Romantasy Chaos HQ, the podcast. We are Avery and Xavier Harleston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today, we have a special Romantasy Chaos Daddy Week bonus episode. But first, this is your warning. We are not rated E for everyone, and we will discuss adult topics using adult language. So be warned. We are joined today by our special guests, the ladies of Banter and Bookmarks podcast. Today, Kelly and Lindsey are here. So welcome, welcome. And can you guys introduce yourselves, please?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I am Kelly. And we have our third, Catherine, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us tonight. And then our third, Miss Lindsey, the other blonde on the show here. We are Banter and Bookmarks podcast. We are three neighbors turned book best friends who found that we had a shared love of fantasy and romantasy and sci-fi books in a neighborhood book club, actually, that Lindsey started. And we just kind of said we should start a podcast because Lindsey's husband thought we were funny. And we were like, well, we should record it.
You're definitely funny.
I think we're funny. We have fun. And so we've been doing this now for a year, and we love to deep dive and find all the clues and figure out the Easter eggs. And that's why we were drawn to you all at first as well. With your Empyrean theories, we're like, oh my God, their brains work like our brains. And
Unhinged.
so, yeah, that's how that's our jam. Always.
So are you still doing your neighborhood book club too?
We do every once in a while. It's not as often as we originally did, just because it's tough.
Yeah.
I think there's 10 or 11 of us, and we're all moms, and we all have kids, and with jobs and scheduling and sports and all kinds of stuff going on, it's hard to meet as often as we would like. But we still get together every once in a while. Last time we got together, we didn't actually talk about. Actually, I think the last 2 or 3 times we got together, we didn't talk about books. We just hung out and whatever. It's still fun.
Yeah.
We try.
It's nice that you have those connections.
Yeah.
We have a
we
great
have a
women in
great
the
neighborhood.
Yeah.
We really do. We're very lucky. We do not take it for granted as we run to each other's houses with bottles of wine and books in our hands.
Barefoot.
That's nice.
I am barefoot all the time, and everyone's like, oh,
Kelly comes to my house.
She must be going to Lindsey's
barefoot.
house. She's not wearing her shoes.
Well, you live in a pretty rural area. Most of our neighbors are of the animal variety.
There you go.
Recently,
I love that.
It's fun until the groundhogs try to tunnel under the foundation of your house. That was
Kelly,
less fun.
don't tunnel under the foundation of my house.
I'm coming.
They're so cute until you realize, like, oh crap. It's not good for my
they've
dog.
done it. They've done a doozy on my house. Yep.
Well, we're so excited to be recording with you. And normally our episodes are very time constrained. They're short form. So today, since we're going to be a little chatty, we want to be somewhat true and honor our time constrained format. So we are going to do a rapid fire 3 minutes on the clock, get to know you, and maybe a little bit more depending on where we are. So you are in charge of the...
I'm in charge of the timer?
Yes, you're in charge of the timer.
All right. Woo.
Good.
3 minutes, sir.
3 minutes.
Do I get a
minutes
buzzer? Are
for
you going to
both
buzz
of
me?
us to
or like
answer,
a
right?
hook?
Yes, both.
Okay.
I actually think, since Catherine's not here, I think we're going to be okay for 3 minutes. But
All right.
are you ready?
Ready.
And go.
Ready.
If you could be any romantasy character who's not the main character, who would you be and why?
Imogen. I'm obsessed with her. I love her pink hair. She is a badass. I think there's so much more to her, and I can't wait to find out why. I'm obsessed with Imogen. She is my hall pass, like hands down. I'm obsessed with Imogen. That was easy for me.
I love her so much.
Love Imogen.
I really need Imogen and Garrick to happen. Like, so bad.
I'm also obsessed with Garrick. He is probably going to be one of my answers later on in this episode.
Professor
So we'll
Garrick.
come back to that.
All right.
In case you wonder what Avery's hoping for in September, just
Yeah.
in case.
Is that your guess? What's your guess?
Our official guess is that we think it's going to be the week that Violet was in the torture chamber during Iron Flame. And it's going to be Garrick and Xaden going and getting the wyvern and dumping them everywhere and doing who knows what else. We have no idea what everyone else did during that time.
I love
And then,
that
like,
theory.
And I think the touch her and die moment from Zayden will just make the entire fandom go feral.
Oh, yeah.
Who did you
Of course.
I
kill?
like that, actually.
Everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so
I like
that's
that,
what we were
actually.
officially
Yeah,
hoping
yeah.
for. But
Sorry,
anyway.
Lindsay, who's yours? You have yours?
Yeah, and I almost hate to stay within the same book series, but I am Jasenia.
Yes, you are.
I am a scribe at heart. We were talking about this the other day. As much as I would love to have a dragon, I'm not a dragon rider, you guys. I'm a bookworm, and I am the person that is in the corner taking notes and writing everything down and outlining and reminding people and researching things. That's me. My only
Asking
hard
for
part with her.
reenactments of the smut scenes. Yeah.
There
Yes.
you go.
So she can take notes. Yes.
My only tough part with her is I don't think I could not talk. Like, not only obviously she's deaf, but also being a scribe and you're not really supposed to talk in the library would be that would be a struggle for me. So I think I'm half Hermione Granger, half Jasenia Nelwart.
Mhm. That's
Is my
accurate.
You
answer.
could have been killed or worse, expelled.
Expelled. I checked this out for a bit of light reading. All me, all the time.
Oh, I love it. Also, I do like the Jasenia Sawyer. Like, the seeds are
Yes.
there. I would love to see that bloom.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Agreed,
I
which
love that.
I don't think that's going to be part of the novella, but
I don't.
Yeah.
Didn't even get to our second question.
At least it was you guys and not us. That
We
makes me
talked
feel
up.
better.
Yeah, we talked.
Well, this is why we could just talk forever, which is why we have to have a timer when we do our regular episodes. So, all right. So, on this episode, we are really trying to define for Daddy Week, for Romantasy Daddy Week, what is daddy. So let's start off by, can you give us some examples of characters in Romantasy that you think are daddy, and like what are the traits or characteristics that make them daddy?
That's me looking at daddy in my mind, in my
your
mind's
mind.
eye. I think for me, we talk a lot on our podcast, obviously, about relationships and why we fall in love with the men that we do in books. And I think the number one thing that comes up for all of us is support. I think anytime a male is supportive of his female in whatever capacity, it could be a physical support helping her get better. It could be a mental support. It could be helping her work through whatever issues she's working through at the time. But all of us, when the males show that supportiveness, maybe also while they have their shirt off and have glistening muscles showing, that's pretty daddy to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I immediately think of Slade Ravenger. He's like one of my top, if not my top book boyfriend of all time. And I think for
Yes.
that exact reason, he's so supportive. He would literally do anything to protect Oren. He does a whole lot to protect Oren. And he's not a good guy, but for her, he is. And so it's just like that I can change only for you thing that I'm like that's why I think I love Kingfisher. I love a grumpy sunshine. I love Kingfisher. The only character that I have ever called, refer to as daddy, because I know that's like something we'll talk about, but I don't love the term daddy because it weirds me out. But in Direbound, I do refer to Stark as Daddy Stark, and I don't know what it is about him, but he's got the
Stark.
thing. He's Daddy Stark. Yeah.
A little
I think it's because it rhymes with Daddy Shark. I think that's why. You just want to sing Daddy Stark, do 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 do
Yeah,
do.
that's
Daddy
exactly what I'm
Stark, do 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 do.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I think
It's
going
funny
along
too
with
that we say this because
Oh, go ahead.
good. I think it's funny because we have talked when we have talked about Fourth Wing on the channel before, and Kelly and I both kind of agree that Xaden would not make our daddy list only because he's just a little bit too young for us. I think that's the only problem.
Yes.
Ma'am,
You
I
agree?
have a son-in-law. I have a son-in-law the same age as Xaden.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's some
Yeah,
of his.
we're
It's not even
almost
just
40.
age.
We're
Yeah.
It's
But it's just
immaturity.
actions. Yeah, there's some actions that he does that I want my daddy a little bit older, a little bit wiser, a little
Show
bit
me
more
Xaden
mature.
at 37.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
100%.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes.
He's got the
Show me
makings
friend
of
Ben
daddy.
Ryerson. Yeah. Give me Fen.
Yes,
I'm good with
please.
that.
My gosh, the TV show, I really, really, really need them to I need them to have
Yes.
flashback scenes of a live Ben Ryerson.
Would love that.
Yep.
He's yummy.
Yep.
I think like going along with support, it's like this idea that it's like in that idea of like you're gonna mess up because that's the nature of relationships. We're going to
Yeah.
Mhm.
we're not going to always be on our best behavior. So both of us are gonna mess up. And we're going to learn how to work through that and forgive each other. Like it's not the opposite of daddy for me would be like extremes and like what's the word I'm thinking of?
I'm not sure which one you're thinking
Well,
of. I was thinking of my own thoughts of what is daddy.
okay, well you go
Why are
ahead.
you
while
not
you're
in
thinking
your
of the
own
word.
mind?
So for me, the daddy MMCs are really the ones that are like, I know you love me, and I'm going to outlast you, like Cassian and
Yes.
Hades. And they're like I know that like you love me, you just don't know yet. So like I'm gonna be like, I'm going to support you and drag you through, and
Yeah.
you're going, and at the end of the day, like you're gonna be mine, and I know it. And it's this
Yes.
weird like possessive-ish support. They're like I don't own you, but like you're gonna be mine.
Yeah.
That's so
And
true.
and to me that like those are the ones I'm like, yes, that's the guy.
So do you like a
Yes.
he falls
That's like how
first then?
that's why Luther Cornwell's my hall pass, because like he's just like waiting for DM to become like awesome. He's like, you're gonna get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like a he falls first then?
I do. I
Mhm.
I relate to a he falls first.
That's sweet. That's so
It's
sweet.
like, yep, true.
She's like, yeah, I needed some convincing. No, but that's actually so funny that you said that, because I also love Cassian. And
Yeah.
that is me and my husband. How we got together was he was like on night 2 that we met, he was like, I'm going to marry you one day. And I was like, cool, I'm probably never going to see you again. And now, that was 15 years ago, and we have a 4-year, he was persistent. He was like, yeah, okay, but I'm going to marry you one day. And that, like, I'm having like, oh my God, this is why I love Cassian. Like, you just made me realize why I love Cassian so much.
So like for me, and I like ultimatums is the word I was trying to think of. So like the opposite, if you're the kind of person who's like, well, you're giving ultimatums and it's like, it's this or nothing, or like that is like the opposite of daddy to me, because daddy is very much about like, we're going to figure this out together. And even when we disagree, it's still like us against the world. And we're going to be the ones who come out on top. Not me, not you. We are going to come out on top. And like there are certain cases where like, in A Court of Silver Flames, there's some mental health issues that require some hard boundaries and whatnot. But that's a separate issue. But yeah, like Cassian is like, he's just not gonna. He's so good.
I mean, Fourth Wing got me reading Romantasy, but like Cassian got me like into Romantasy. I'm like, where are there more Cassians?
That I love that. Cassian's your guy. I love that.
Cassian and Luther Cornwell. Well, and I think we see a lot of like, I would never say that I'm a Nesta per se, but like there's so much of that relationship that I think we see and that like is reflective.
Yeah.
The good parts where like, one of the things that I love about Cassian is he gives Nesta the freedom to be playful, which is something that she's never had, like even when she was a kid. And he creates that space for her and encourages it and brings that out in her. And she, feels safe to do that, to be more playful with him, to feed him a crushed up cracker out of her pocket,
Yeah. Kelly, I'm trying to remember when we did our book boyfriends episode, who you in your top 3, you had Slade,
Reese,
Cassian. Oh, and was it Reese?
Slade, Reese, and Kingfisher. Cassian was no, you're right. It was Slade, Reese, and Cassian, I think, and then Kingfisher was a close 4th, and then my hear me out was Ron Weasley, and we'll talk about that maybe another night.
Which is funny because I'm pretty sure my hear me out was Draco Malfoy.
It was. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. But it was Draco Malfoy, manacled Draco Malfoy, specifically.
Wow.
Daddy.
But he's blonde.
thing
I'm
Catherine's
okay
not
with
here.
that. Catherine will never, ever get off the soapbox that she does not believe in a blonde MMC, except she fell in love with Warrior Princess Assassin, and both of them have blonde hair. The two MMCs in that book both have blonde hair. And she she literally told the author, "You are the only person who has ever written a blonde MMC that I will stand up for." So she's very much. I don't mind it at all.
Me neither. My husband's a dirty blonde. I'm a dirty blonde. I think half the men I've dated have been blondes of some sort and gingers, and so I'm like, sure.
I don't mind it. I'm surprised how many people like legitimately do. There may or may not be a blonde character in our book that we literally got feedback on. He's blonde. I don't trust him.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
Yeah.
I
love
am
that.
supportive of your blonde MMC. I will tell you already. It does not bother me in the slightest. I say that with a very dark-haired husband, so you can tell that my words are true because it doesn't just match my honey.
Well, and Liam was blonde, so
Right.
and he's
the ultimate. Come on now, people.
So not daddy, but just the nicest.
I know.
The nicest.
Catherine also has a theory, though, that ice blonde MMCs are different than sandy blonde MMCs. That like an ice blonde is similar to a dark-haired guy.
Is that from Top Gun? Is that because of Iceman?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Potentially. I don't know. I did not.
I'm trying to think of who it was.
Wow.
Because Tal in
It was
Taladeus in Quicksilver, she is obsessed with him, and he has like white blonde hair. And she's like, "This is different." I'm like, "Okay,
Okay,
sure."
okay, all right. I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. So
Right.
it's fine. So we have being supportive and like I would almost say like unconditional positive regard if we want to go to like the
Well, and I think it's incredibly supportive of her, but also it comes with a bit of the toucher and die. Like
yes,
you know.
toucher and die is top
they're
tier.
right, like not ownership, but
Yeah.
possessiveness in a healthy
Yes.
way.
Right.
Possessiveness
like
that doesn't
you tell
cross the
me
board.
you need me and I'm in. Like tap me in. But like I'm gonna wait for you to tap me in, but I'm ready. That is like
like
immediately yes.
Like Hades from the games gods play and the things gods break, without spoiler, like takes on like the entire all of the other gods, because
okay. I'm gonna like that.
It's
all right.
I cannot figure out how to do this without spoilers other than it's peak.
All I'm going to say is we love that series. It is something that I think the audiobook is worth listening to. The audiobook. The narrator is so good.
Okay.
And I'm not a huge audiobook listener, but that one for sure.
Yes. But I will say the things gods break, you need your brain turned on for, because you will miss things. If it is a side project, if you're doing something else while you're listening, it is a full attention kind of thing.
It has a little bit of a timey-wimey, to quote Doctor Who.
Or a lot.
Yeah.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Timey-wimey stuff. Yeah.
Which is so fun. Abigail Owen it does it incredibly well, but you have to pay attention.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Complete side note, with River Song, Doctor Who is a daddy.
I think that David Tennant is daddy.
100% David Tennant is daddy.
Dorky daddy.
Yeah.
Matt Smith is not daddy. I don't
Matt
know.
Smith is not. Matt Smith is sweet, but he's not daddy.
Yes. He's very
brother.
cute. Yeah. I like him.
He's not daddy.
I'd be his buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not daddy.
BFF. No.
David Tennant, though. David Tennant can be my Dr. Dorky daddy any day.
Unless he's playing in what's the name of that character? Guys, this is not my peak braining time. In Harry Potter, he plays
Barty Crouch Jr.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, sorry, he plays Barty Crouch
Junior.
Whatever he does with his tongue.
Well, yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, no, that's a no for me.
Nope. Immediately.
So we have this theory that the traits that people associate with being daddy have a lot to do with their background, like especially for book daddies. So readers who come into romantasy, like if you come from a fantasy background, I think that plays into the traits that you consider daddy, like where support and guidance are probably like a big draw for you. Whereas if you're coming into it from maybe more of a romance reader background, there's often, I mean, I don't want to just say sex appeal, but there's, that like maybe like a suaveness,
Yeah.
a little je ne sais quoi, that you look for that you would say is part of being daddy. So your take on that, like, because Kelly, I know, Lindsey, you come from more of a fantasy background, right? Like
Yeah.
a heavy fantasy reader. But Kelly, I don't know. I know you haven't been reading like as much as.
Yeah, I'm full on fantasy. So I was a huge reader when I was younger, and then did the very stereotypical didn't read for a while, read Twilight at the end of college, stopped reading, came back and read The Hunger Games, stopped reading, and then moved next door to Lindsey. And then she was like, here are these books called ACOTAR, you should read them. And now I'm feral. And so I am very much fantasy. Like I would binge read Harry Potter like the night that they came out when I was a kid. So I'm not really like Catherine is the romance reader on the podcast. Like, so Lindsey also does, but Catherine is like very heavy into contemporary romance, and we kind of pulled her more into fantasy. But I will read like 1 or 2 a year. Like my break from heavy fantasy is a cozy fantasy. Like I still want magic. I still want like a creature. I want like a cute little animal companion. So yeah, I'm still very much a fantasy girl.
But I think cozy fantasy MMCs probably have very similar traits as romance.
Yes.
MMCs.
I think so too. Because it's lower civil war.
Yes.
Like you're like making a cute cafe on an island and, baking scones. Like
Have you read Assistant to the Villain?
I haven't. Lindsey has.
Yeah,
okay. So the villain.
Yes.
The villain. Like to me, he's not daddy. I really like him, but he's not daddy.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And I don't know if I can think of a cozy fantasy where I do think the MMC is daddy. I'm thinking.
Ooh, okay, that's a challenge.
Yeah, I'm like looking at my bookshelf. No, that's not
Side
cozy.
note, I just read Yield by C.R. Stroud, who is a local author to us.
Yeah.
And it was very fun. She is a D&D player, and I would describe it as like a cozy adventure novel. Like the stakes aren't very high. It's very easy world building. I read it in like 2 days, and it was really fun. So shout out to that. But I don't think he's dead. That was like that's like my most recent cozy, but you proved it. I mean, I think we might have proved your point there. I think that examples that we brought up were more towards like fantasy type, those traits.
Heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think that has to do with just our age, I think that we're at an age where, listen, my husband is wonderfully handsome and sexy as hell, and I love him, but it's also not the reason that I love him. So the reason that I love him is because he's supportive and fun and, it supports me and keeps me going and challenges me. Those are the reasons why I love him. And so that's what, when I'm looking in a book, that's what I'm looking for at my age. If I was reading the same books, 20 years ago, probably would have a whole different, crush on a whole different character.
I will say our 19-year-old was over today. She lives like a mile away from us. But she came over today because free food. And
I am 38 and I do that sometimes. Yep. Like, Ma, what you doing?
I had made chili. I mean, mom's chili is the best chili. No matter who your mom is, your mom makes the best chili. But we were talking to her about how we were going to record this episode tonight and like Daddy Week and whatever. And she also at 19 said Zayden is not daddy.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes. And did she share her reasons why?
Just that he's just doing like young dude things.
Yeah.
Yeah, my take on it was like, well, he's like a college student. Like that's not daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, she's going to college and
Listen,
working,
girl.
and she's like, I want someone who can,
She's going places.
pay the bills.
Yeah.
Although I guess Aiden could.
Well,
Like,
and she decided
He is a duke.
not to go straight to college, so she's like working full time and going to school part time. So like
Yeah.
she's like at this whole world view of like, wow, money doesn't go very far. Work is hard. Like
Right.
I want my partner to like, be in this. I mean, she'd probably find a billionaire romance daddy, but
There you go.
I love
That's a
that.
whole different daddy. Yeah, that's a whole different daddy. I'm trying to think.
Daddy.
I saw a video recently, and it was like maturing is realizing that you now, and it was a specific movie, and I can't remember what it is, but it was like it's like growing up is realizing that you now are on the side of the parents versus the kids in whatever movie
Twilight.
situation. Was it Twilight? I don't think it was Twilight.
I've seen one of those.
Charlie,
and everyone's like, realizing that Charlie Swan is it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Well, the mustache.
I was like, maybe it's the mustache.
It's so good. Meanwhile, I hate a mustache. I like won't kiss my husband when he has facial hair. I'm like, go shave, because just textures bother me.
It looks good.
But it looks good. It looks good.
Yes. He looks like
but then
Charlie's looks very like he combs it, I think. Like for sure.
Yeah.
And moisturizes and
he uses beard oil.
For sure.
I was moving off the facial hair, but I was just gonna say,
Go
I'm
ahead.
just
We can
realizing
do
that like when in the maturing, that there probably was a milestone when watching the Notebook. Like that was like
Oh, yeah,
like a real man that just like waited forever and was like there the whole time.
Yeah,
that is true.
Like, and I don't know when do you transition from like the hunky dragon rider to like the guy that's gonna like remind you who you are when you lose your mind, like
right.
When do you transition from the hunky dragon rider to the dragon?
Oh, Taryn is daddy.
Taryn is peak daddy.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
He's like, I
100%.
love a little bit of curmudgeonliness, like a little bit of that grumpy. It kind of goes to that like grumpy sunshine where like when he's soft for you.
Yes.
Like that's so attractive. When he's vulnerable with you and not with other people, that's like yum.
Yep.
But yeah, also like kind of a little bit of a dry sense of humor and sarcasm also does it for me.
I just like, and he manages Segale like I don't, maybe managing the right word, but like he clearly is like the MMC in that relationship, and Segale is awesome, but like
she's strong, and he can hang with her. Yeah.
He's not scared of her, but she's also not scared of him. And that's like the mutuality of the relationship where they're both powerful in their own rights and respect that so much about each other, but also like,
they'd be a terrifying couple as bunny rabbits.
What?
Who's bunnies?
Do they transfer into dragons ever, or are they just bunnies? There'd be a lot of procreating. There'd be a lot of tiny bunnies running around.
You're a very special
bunny rabbits are not daddy.
Thank you.
Dragons are daddy. Bunny rabbits are not daddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's funny though that you bring up like bigger fantasy, because for whatever reason, when you say that, the one person that stays in my mind this whole time is Aragorn. And do we love Aragorn because he is supportive and provides guidance, or does he have that je ne sais quoi? Because I'll tell you, when I was younger and that movie came out, it was not about his supportiveness. But now it probably is. So I probably found him attractive for different reasons 20 years ago.
In the book, I'm not 100% sure. In the movie, 100%.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's different. He's still he's still an MMC. He's still a main male character in that storyline, but probably for different reasons as I've aged.
Yeah, and he grows with you.
Like the romance is so like it's not even like it's barely there. It's a suggestion, right?
Yeah,
but you just want it to
suggestion.
happen.
But you still feel it nonetheless. And
Yes.
even if it is just
There's
a
a
suggestion
yearn.
on page,
Right.
you feel it.
And you want it. Like, you want it to manifest.
Aragon is the type of man you give up your immortality for. Like, yes.
For sure.
There you go. I
Agreed.
will.
So
I'm
do
in.
you think, like, we talk a lot about having like gotten older and how that's maybe changed what we think of as daddy. Do you think parenthood has changed the way you think about the term daddy? First of all, do your kids call your husband dad or
Yes.
daddy
Okay.
or
Daddy.
So funny story here. I have an 18-year-old, and when it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I think she was maybe a sophomore or junior in high school. She came home one day and was like annoyed at her friends. And I guess she was at school talking to her friends, and she said, "My daddy." She calls Chris either daddy or dada still usually. And she said, "My daddy." And one of her friends was like, "Ew, that's disgusting. You still call your dad daddy?" And she was like, "Yes." And basically her friend tried to like turn it into some like weird thing and was like, "That's so weird. You're an adult, whatever." And she's like, "He's my daddy." And I'm like, I'm 40 and I still call my dad daddy or pops or popsicle or whatever I feel like at the time. Mostly daddy though. And she was like annoyed at it because she's like, that's different. And so to me, they're almost two words. Like I can refer to my husband as daddy and refer to my husband as daddy, but those are different words, if that makes sense. Those are homonyms.
Okay. See, I don't feel that way. I agree with you about like it's not weird to call your dad daddy.
Yeah.
I have a hard time, like I don't really call characters daddy. I do it in like a funny way, like with Daddy Stark, but like in reality, that's not the word. Like when I'm describing an MMC that I love, daddy does not pop into my mind. I do not call my husband daddy because I call my husband daddy to say to my son, "Go get that thing from daddy." It just, it feels weird to me. So I don't say it, but I think like you said, Lindsay, it's when I'm referring to a character, it's a different word in that moment, but I don't use it very often for that reason. At all, just because I just don't. I'm like, no, these are separate.
Because I call my husband daddy all the time, but it's daddy, not daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yep.
Especially like,
daddy, do you want a cookie? Yeah, not daddy, do you want a cookie?
Do I need to call daddy and tell him about this? Whenever he's traveling, I swear.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go get daddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say parenthood hasn't changed it for me as much as the opposite, that books have changed it for me. I think that I can easily now refer to a character as daddy and people would understand what that means, right? Like even I think a few years ago, I think 2 years ago even, that was not a descriptor, right? And now if you say daddy, everyone's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. So I think that part has probably shifted more for me.
Yeah.
I think that's really valid. So when we were at the Orlando interview with Rebecca Yaros, the fantasy fangirls asked her about Daddy Atos, and she's like, "If you call him daddy one more time, I'm going to give you a scene in the next book, and then you're going to have to read about him being daddy."
Yeah, I don't think he's definitely not a daddy.
He's not daddy, but he's Daddy Atos.
No.
I also refer to him as like I'm like, oh, that's and we called him Papa Sarngale and Dad. Yeah, and Dad. Yeah, but it's different. It's so different.
That's not the same word.
No, and I agree. I do not want to read that scene. Please.
Okay, but hear me out.
Lexi and Nicole, when you listen to Avery and Xavier's episode, please don't call him daddy anymore because I can't read that scene.
Hear me out. I think Dane has a lot of potential to be daddy. Like give Dane 10 years.
Yeah.
He's
I'm not a Dane hater. Yeah.
He has just the right amount of like grumpy thinking about the future,
possessiveness.
I have to make sure that you're all okay because you're under, this not on my watch. Like there's just enough of that.
And here's what I'll say about Dane too. Dane has a lot of opportunity to show growth because I think Dane did a lot of shit that we were really pissed at him for under the guise of, I truly believe that this is what I need to do and that is right and blah, blah, blah. And I think he was brainwashed in a lot of ways. And so if he can show that he has actually learned and he can grow and he is a certain way with hopefully Sloane, he could turn into that, because to me also growth and showing that you put in the work to go from one place and be like, oh, actually, a man admitting when they were wrong, immediately nude. I'm nude. Like, done. Like, I'm sorry, you were wrong and you said that out loud and I didn't have to tell you to tell me that you were wrong. Like, if Dane gets that arc, I'm in. Daddy
Literally
Dane.
every time he's like, I was wrong. I was like,
Yes. What did you say?
I know 5 kids is enough, but say it again.
Yeah. See, I think that everything that you just said about Dane, though, is the exact same argument that we have about why Xaden isn't daddy. I think it's just a maturity thing.
Yes.
I think that Dane's actions are completely forgivable and we're judging them with 40-year-old eyes. If we were the same age as him, I would think he was just like a maturity kind of decision, you know?
I feel super bad for Dane, like, as you take it out of the fantasy world and into the real world. So if you are raised by a family that has a set of beliefs and you go to college with those beliefs and your world expands, we want everyone to have the opportunity to change their beliefs as their world
1000%.
expands.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
It's to be like, no,
absolutely.
you held those beliefs at a 19-year-old, you are forever condemned, is not good for anybody. So I'm really hopeful for Dane's arc.
You literally just called us all out for cancel culture for Dane. And I am so pro Dane now because I hate cancel culture for that reason. So, okay.
It's
I'm
also
Team Dane.
a larger discussion. It's also a larger discussion when it comes to age, though, because I just reread ACOTAR to get ready for coverage for us. And the fact that Feyre is 19 in ACOTAR, I have an 18-year-old, and I'm looking at it and I'd be like, my daughter could never. She could never. There's something about all of these young characters and reading, and I get that a young character, you can open their world up and you can grow their world, and that is a very desirable trait for a writer, to want to expand a character's horizons. But as a reader and as the age group that most people reading these books are, these young characters are infuriating sometimes. and make it so that it's hard for me to connect to them sometimes, because what they're going through are just not things that I go through in my life. So I don't know. I wish a lot of these would be aged up a little bit.
Yeah.
Even Feyre, 5 years would have made a huge difference.
Yeah.
The worst for me, though, is when someone is on the page, older, mid-20s, let's say, but still acts like they're 19.
Yes.
That's much harder for me to deal with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
the FMC in our book is 30, but she acts like she's actually 30. And she has a full-blown career. She is like, she knows who she is. And it doesn't, just because you're older doesn't mean that you don't evolve. Like, I think I changed just as much in my 30s as I did in my 20s and in my teen years. Like,
For sure.
I just didn't have to have angst about it. I could just embrace it. And grow
be a little bit more
even
confident.
More. Yeah. And feel good about it.
And I think that talking about, that growth in Nesta, and that's one of the reasons that Cassian's daddy for me, right? Like, Nesta went through a lot, and Nesta was not doing good stuff and was not in a good place. Right. And I don't even know if he ever even judged her for it, right? He was just like that was your journey, and who you are on the other side of the journey, I think, is awesome. And I want to be with you, and I want to help you go on this journey. And again, for me, that's part of like that daddy piece, right? He's just like, he's so rock solid that she can do what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's keep going down that road, though, because I'm literally in the middle of
Silver Flames
right now. I'm like 75% in my reread right now. Part of that, you have to take a mating bond into consideration, because they are bond. Sorry, spoiler alert to anyone. If you haven't read ACOTAR at this point, get off. You have better things to do than to listen to us talk about it.
If you were listening to our podcast and complaining about ACOTAR spoilers.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Remember whose page you're on right now.
Yeah. But when there's a mating bond in place, does that change daddy for you? Does that change that? Because yes, he's supportive of her throughout her entire journey, but he's also mated to her. So does that change
Well, I think
it?
like that unconditional positive regard, to use the very clinical term, like I think there's this question of if you are mated, do you have an option to not have unconditional positive regard for that person? Which like is part of why I don't love the fated mates trope. It's not my favorite because I think so much of love is about a choice and making the choice. And sometimes it feels like you've taken away the choice. It's like, for me, the choice to say, I see all of it.
Yeah.
And there are parts of this that are not okay. And I love you no matter what.
Yeah.
That,
I guess
and then I do think it actually.
ACOTAR,
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like in ACOTAR, SJM has made it very clear that just because it's your mate does not mean that they're the right person for you. And so I think that that does change part of the conversation. Like Reese's parents or Tamlin's parents both were mated, but were not the right pair. Can have that argument. That opens up a much larger conversation about Elaine and Lucien. But I think if you take that into account, it makes you respect the good matings more because they do still have that for each other, right?
Yeah, I really do think it's important in ACOTAR that they didn't take away that free will aspect of whether or not the mate was good. A lot of the fated mate tropes take that away. Like all fated mates are fated and it's like destined and they're going to be wonderful and that to me does completely eliminate the daddy. With Hades, a whole lot of that stuff is there and there's no like fated mate part of it and there's like more trust in the Hades Lyra relationship than like any other book I've read. And so if you make it like, oh, you're just destined to be happy, I do think it takes it away. Like you can't be daddy if you are fated to just be happy.
Yeah.
So is there like an element of the risk is worth it to be with you? Like that there's a risk, there's a cost. The cost is worth it. The risk is worth it to be with you for this. Yeah. I think that is an aspect of what makes
totally. I'm thinking of Kingfisher right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Lindsay.
No, he'll give up anything for you. He'll do anything for you. He'll be there for you no matter what. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think Kingfisher does that really well. And Callie Hart did that really well with their mating bond because that's one of the fated mates that I do love because she had to choose it and he tried to avoid it and not make it snap into place because he's grumpy AF. Like there was an element of choice and because he avoided it and tried to protect her from what he felt like was a really bad path, I think that made me love him even more because they were he's like, yeah, okay, fated mates. He's basically like, F you, fated mates. Like what we're saying about the fated mate trope, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not about that. And that made me love him even more. So I think there are ways to do that trope in a way that I still feel like can make him still daddy because of the way that he responds in the situation. I think Kingfisher does that for me. I love Kingfisher so much.
Like as you're talking, I think badass Lilith Sorrengail, we're big Lilith Sorrengail fans.
Okay.
I relate so hardcore to her. And just this idea of like, you can be disappointed in me. I'm strong enough to take it. You survive. That's all that matters to me as your mom. Right? Like everything I've done is so that you can have this better future. I relate. That's so hardcore.
Yeah. She's mommy.
Yeah, she's very mommy. And I think for her, Asher was daddy. I don't think Asher overall is necessarily daddy, but for her, I think he was because there was that aspect of like they had such immense regard for each other. They chose each other. They knew that there was a cost. And even like, we don't know exactly how much each of that, like they obviously kept things from each other for the purpose of, protecting their children and each other. But even that was done in the boundary of immense trust with each other. And I think that's very daddy.
Yeah, good point.
I'm always very disappointed in the Lilith art because to me, Lilith is like smoking hot. And like Lilith, and the art, she's always like, kind of butch. But
no, she's badass, I think.
Mira is apparently like a copy paste of Lilith. So Lilith had to be hot because Mira has dead ass,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, in my mind's eye, I don't know what image I have of Lilith now that you say that. I'm
I
like,
have
what
like
did I
a
picture her
really
as?
stern, like badass Bob, like beautiful, like fine features, but like intense. And like I see her as a super athletic, like
Yeah. Well, for sure. You're a
muscle
dragon rider.
definition for sure.
Yeah, for
muscle
sure.
definition, like yes, yeah, and just like I'm trying to think of I see an actress in my face, in my face. I see it in my face, and I can't think of who it is, but
Lena
I'll think
Headey?
of it. That's not who I'm thinking of, but that's a good one.
Except for like more athletic in my
No,
mind.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't think she has the athletic enough
Yeah.
body
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I
I
feel
don't
like
think about it more.
even Lilith had to be, I imagine like mid 50s, right? Because if Brennan's 30, they had to be out of the quadrants. She had to be like at least 25. So she was at least when she had him. So she was at least mid 50s. And I think like she was very athletic, but also had like a softness to her that just comes as you get a little older that I think would actually be very attractive on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I agree.
I'm trying to look at Lilith's art now.
Artwork.
Yeah.
We're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah, I can't think of the
boring.
movie, but I always had Mila Jovovich from
Yes.
from her zombie fighting movie that I can't remember the name of.
Okay, I could see that.
Man, I
Jovovich.
can't wait till they start casting for the show.
Can't wait.
Man.
I can't wait. I'm looking at the picture right now, but I won't because
Get distracted.
I just got so scared. My sister texted me, and I'm not going to tell you the name, but she texted me, "Name is dead," and I went, "What?" And she's reading a book that I'm making her read, and I was like, "Oh!" I was like, "Who's dead?" Like my sister just texted me, "Is dead."
Is it a daddy?
No, it's not a daddy.
Okay, so the
I'm really
daddies are
scared.
safe.
The daddies are safe. The mommies,
good.
maybe
We're
not
good.
so much, but
I wish the lighting had been good at the Apolycon interview with Rebecca Yarros, because there were a lot of people that like got really good footage, but the lighting wasn't good for any of them. And then somebody yelled out "Daddy Taryn."
yes,
And
I
that-
saw a clip of that. And she goes, "Did somebody say Daddy Tarn?"
Again, totally daddy.
Was that you, Xavier? Was it you that yelled that out?
Yeah.
No,
Like
it wasn't
somebody.
Avery, but it could have been Avery.
I mean,
I'm trying to think who else is like an obvious daddy for me.
you know who is a female character that has that daddy quality?
Totally.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to read Throne of Glass faster, sir.
I am only on the third book, and I'm not going to tell you what the third book is, so we don't get into like a whole like reading order debate. But I am on. I finished 3 of the books.
I have come to a definitive conclusion, in my opinion, on the reading order in a particular circumstance. If you
Do you
are
want to fight?
if you are a Marvel Assassin Black Widow fan and think assassins are like trained through the Red Room, you need to read the Assassin's Blade first to reset all of your expectations.
No, you don't.
Because he read Throne of Glass first.
Yes.
And he was the whole time, he was just like, this is not what I picture an assassin. I'm like, I need you to let go of Black Widow.
Yeah, this is not Black Widow.
Like, reading the Assassin's Blade has kind of helped like reset the expectation for him. So
Xavier, that is a very specific circumstance that no other listener should be concerned about and absolutely should ignore your advice about.
I think for men who are coming into Romantasy who have not read in this genre, who haven't read like female-centered books, centering the female gaze, centering the female experience, and they're wanting to read more into this genre, I would say in general, if you're coming from a fantasy or sci-fi background as a man who's had that type of background in your reading, probably start with Assassin's Blade. I think for those readers, it makes sense.
My take on it is that most people like the reading order in which they first read the books because they connected to the story the first time around. Do I think that Assassin's Blade should be read first? Absolutely not. Hard pass. But most people argue with whatever order they read it in, which is the genius of the argument as a whole, right?
Yeah.
So
You're
Yeah,
passionate about
I think
whatever you did.
I think my main argument would be if you are coming into romantasy with probably the male perspective on.
yeah.
Throne of Glass is probably not the right one to start with.
No.
I could see
Yeah,
that.
in
I could see
Yeah.
well, I would say in general it's not. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah. I will say I think the tandem read later in the series is worth it.
Hold on,
But
you guys
that's a
are
whole other. But anyway, Mononis Daddy.
That's a future
No.
book club decision.
Lindsay hates the tandem read. You just triggered her.
I hate the tandem read.
I think it's I think for him it's going to be like really knowing his reading preferences. I think for him it's going to be worth it to do it that way.
And my tragically slow reading speed.
Yes, and I think it's my suspicion that Tower of Dawn would go slower for him, and he's not a fast reader to begin with, but I think it'd be even slower for him if he's not doing the tandem read.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I really prefer to eyeball read, but I also have this like visual processing dyslexia like thing.
Yeah.
I get much more enjoyment from the eyeball read, but it's like the slowest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
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 See, I would think as a male romantasy reader, Tower of Dawn would be very interesting for you.
I'm very curious because one of my favorite, Sartak, Daddy or not.
Listen, I think I'm pretty sure we talked about this when we did our book boyfriends episode. For me, I'm pretty sure every male character in Throne of Glass, you can make a daddy argument for in some way, shape, or form. Every single one of them.
Okay.
Like, there's some good ass male characters. I am not a Kale hater, to be honest with you.
But
I'm
he's
really
not daddy to me.
He could be in his guard uniform. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
like in 10 years, he could be.
Yeah.
It's the same, so much like Dane in my mind. And I feel like,
yeah,
they kind of have that same youthful conviction of their rightness that they have to go through the process of learning that they're not always right.
But I think Tower of Dawn gives that to him personally.
Yes. I think it's such a redemption story for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, like with being medical, like I love that plot line in that book, but I think
she tries so hard to not do spoilers.
There's not
and for me too, I'm like, I'm thankful that you haven't read it, Xavier, because I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's not just in like podcasts, like it's in life. Like she wants to talk about Throne of Glass, like the series to me, and
she's like,
I just feel like there are so many jokes. There's so many jokes that you're going to understand better once you finish the series.
Yeah. You're gonna think she's so much funnier after you finish reading.
10% funnier. At least
10% minimum.
My only thing I will say about the tandem read, just to close, because I have to say it out loud, is there is something that happens at the end of Empire of Storms that when you leave Empire of Storms and you go into Tower of Dawn, when you come back to it at Kingdom of Ash, the emotional impact is there because you have stepped away from that situation. When you do the tandem read, I don't think that emotionally you sit in that situation as much. And I'm trying to say this as carefully as I can.
Okay. I see your argument
out spoilers, right?
Yeah.
And so
you're doing an admirable job.
Okay. When you come back to it, you in Kingdom of Ash, and you've been away for an entire book, you fucking feel it so much. Versus if you do the tandem read, I don't think that you feel
because you're right back there
as much. Right.
I feel like
that's
I felt
my
it.
only thing.
She's like, I had some feelings.
That's my only
like,
argument. Yeah.
And I can totally see where you're coming from. I think there's just a little more, and I think because you have the medical background, of Dawn might have some aspects that you are particularly interested in. But I feel like there's not quite as much action adventure in Tower of Dawn, and so doing the tandem read for someone who, but you like regular fantasy,
maybe needs that.
Like, Yeah, we'll see.
I like boring books.
Maybe he doesn't like is
I've
a
read
slow
medical
burn.
books before. He doesn't like a slow burn. Okay.
Yeah.
Does not like a slow burn.
Well, I'm okay with a slow burn. I'm not okay with an angsty slow burn.
Yes.
Like,
Yearning slow burn, give it to me every day. But
yeah, I mean,
I
like
agree with that.
you give me like
My
a Virgin
bedazzled.
River where they like
Mm.
nice.
That's
Oh, that's the
fancy.
bedazzled one.
Oh,
Yeah, she did that.
Beautiful. Did you do that? Did you do it?
Uh-huh.
How long did it take you? All right.
Too long.
Who knows? Who knows? I have a lot of. I've been a bedazzled.
Look at her fourth
wing.
wing. Yeah.
Okay, people who are like just you're listening.
And a
Dude,
hobbit.
this is worth
I have a
it.
bedazzled hobbit.
Yeah, Lindsey
I
is the
love
bedazzling
it.
queen. She just showed Throne of Glass, Fourth Ring, and the Hobbit all bedazzled. They sit behind
I
her, and
stress
it's really beautiful.
bedazzle.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
What's it?
stress bedazzle.
he stress bakes. It's
That's a
It's-
good stress one too.
I feel that. I feel that.
I
yeah.
just stress, which is not really helpful for anybody.
And then with children, it's a lot better because now I send it to school. I stress bake,
There you go.
and then they take it to school.
there you
cookies
go.
in
And
the
then they
lunch.
have friends. Yeah, exactly.
You know, you can get teenage boys to eat anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Your
I bet.
Cheesecake Gate, those boys would have eaten it.
Who cares? Send it to school.
That's fine.
So wow, we are chatty tonight, and
Yeah,
that's not
sorry.
a problem. But are you?
You had an agenda.
We tend to do that to people. We're sorry.
It's okay. This is exactly how this is our life.
This is my preferred structure. She's like, did you look at the run of show? I'm like, yeah,
I know it's in
Yeah.
the Google Drive.
I opened it.
All right. Let's do, if you are ready, let's do rapid fire daddy or duddy.
Okay. Lindsey,
Okay.
to make it go fast, you want to do Lindsey then me, so you always start it? Or do you care?
She said she wants us to argue.
Oh, you want us to argue? All right. All right.
Well,
Take my
only- I
earrings
mean,
out.
we'll see. Well, maybe you share your opinion.
Okay.
It's nice when someone's fighting and it's not us. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Like,
All right,
I
let's
do,
see.
I
We'll
do.
see where
Yeah,
this
we-
goes.
unless it's
Okay.
our kids, in which case that's not nice.
I mean, sometimes
will-
we get weird looks about when we're arguing over who's daddy. I mean, at the
I
dinner
will
table.
say, though, to warn you, Lindsey and I, when we started the podcast, originally it was just the two of us. And we were like, we kind of agree on everything too much. We need a dissenter. And then we brought Catherine in. And so I don't know how we might fight a little bit, but
Yeah,
we-
well, let's
yeah,
see.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
this will be a good test for us. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Rune Danon,
Oh, Daddy. Daddy.
Luther Corbois,
Daddy.
Daddy.
reluctantly,
Mid Daddy.
Luther?
Luther.
Daddy.
Ooh,
Daddy.
stump.
Yeah, bleed
Yeah.
whatever color blood you want me to.
Oh, okay, Manon is daddy.
Manon is Daddy in all the situations.
He's
Listen,
just keeping up.
Bleed whatever color blood you want me to. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Asriel,
Oh, Daddy.
Daddy.
Charlie Swan,
Daddy.
Charlie Swan
there
being
any
daddy
duds
gives me
on the
so
list?
much hope. Like as a man, you guys saying Charlie Swan is daddy gives me so much hope.
I just
Daddy.
think about when he's like sipping his like Diet Coke and she's like, he's really important to me. And he's like, bring him in.
Okay, I think we should clarify. Movie Charlie is daddy.
Yes.
Book Charlie
Agree.
hardly
Yes.
exists. And
Yes,
is
yeah,
kind
I
of
would-
cardboardy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Book,
absolutely.
movie Charlie
yes.
is Daddy.
Movie Charlie.
Billy
is
Burke did
daddy.
a lot of heavy
Billy
lifting.
Burke.
on the-
Yes.
That
Billy Burke is
mustache
Daddy.
itself is Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
Yes.
Are you going to give me
Uh,
some duds or what?
Maybe Carlisle Cullen.
Duddy.
Daddy.
See? I agree.
Boring. Just too boring.
He's
Yeah.
and he's blonde. Rezand.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Zayden.
I don't want to call him a duddy, but he's not
Da-
daddy.
He has daddy potential.
He has daddy potential, but he's not a dud, though.
He's Daddy in the throne room. He's Daddy in the smutty
Yeah.
scenes. But I don't know. That's a hard one.
No, will not answer because I can't call him Duddy. That's not fair. But he's not Daddy.
I really, with all of the warnings Rebecca Yarros is giving us about book 4, I don't think he's going to be Daddy in book 4. I think he's going to be evil. But that's not in a sexy,
Duddy.
not in a sexy
Not a
way.
sexy daddy.
Listen, no, not sexy evil.
He might be Daddy in the dream sex.
He could be daddy in the dream sex.
He could be older in the dream sex. Maybe it's a future vision.
I hope so. Damn it.
Okay. Matthew de Claremont from A Discovery of Witches, for those of you who are not familiar.
Yeah, daddy.
I don't know if I have a strong enough opinion either way.
Yeah.
That's been a
he's daddy.
while. Yeah. It's been a while. For me.
He's fancy daddy.
Spoiler alert, but like when they're back in time, or like when they're
always.
because when they're back in time.
I think when towards the end of the series is when he gets his most daddy, in my opinion. Yeah.
Duddy. Yeah, I'm not a big Hunt fan.
Yeah.
Okay, but Taryn.
Daddy.
Oh, Daddy.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Sorry, Hunt.
Stark.
Daddy Stark.
Daddy Stark. Daddy Val Stark.
Daddy Val Stark. Spoiler
alert. Daddy Stark.
Is it wrong that I now want their Daddy Stark song to be my ringtone?
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
That's what's right in this world.
Yeah. It's not wrong for us. We're fully supportive.
Daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
No?
Would you disagree?
I'm not a big Rowan fan.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
all right. Hot take.
Eris Van Sarah.
He's on the list?
He's on the list. We had to have a redhead.
Carrion needs to be your daddy. Redhead.
Okay,
I will answer Daddy. Eris Duddy. Although I will say
I'm Daddy for him, though.
I have a lot of thoughts about one of the things that really keeps me up at night is what Eris saw when he dropped more, like when he left more in the courts. That is one thing that keeps me up at night in the series, and I hope we eventually learn. There's something else to that.
Feels to me like maybe being the most gray, the most morally gray.
Yes.
Far more morally gray than any of Reese is pale dove gray, you know?
Yeah.
Eris is charcoal gray.
I think that we don't know enough about who Eris truly is.
Yes.
To say if he is daddy or not, because every perspective that we've had so far of him paints him as the bad guy, and I think there's a lot more to him.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I love a redhead, so I'm like, he's daddy. Because
I think there's a potential daddy inside there somewhere. But man, I want to know what happened. I want that novella so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good one.
Lorcan.
I don't know him.
Nobody knows because what did Lorcan do? So we can't answer that.
Lorcan is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she could tell us what Lorcan did, I could strongly stand and say Lorcan did daddy things, but she doesn't tell us.
Do you think SJM would ever give that to us?
No.
I don't think she will.
I haven't even read it yet, and I still don't think we're going to get it.
I don't believe she truly understood what that meant until the Call Her Daddy interview. I think she was genuinely, what the hell are people talking about? I don't think she realized the chaos that she started until approximately a month ago.
Wow.
Because she's not on social media. Yeah. She doesn't see the spirals. So, bitch, you need to learn.
And spiral is pretty much the only correct response to that scene.
Yes.
I can't wait. Yes. I'm like, oh God, I need to hurry up.
Yes. It's all worth it when you get to Kingdom of Ash.
I can't wait.
And that has now reached the point where she can't do it justice.
Yeah.
No.
It's
right?
own thing.
Like anything she does is gonna disappoint 90% of the people that have decided what the right answer is in their head.
Spiral.
Do you think she knows the answer though? does she know the answer and isn't telling us, or does she just not think about it?
I think the answer is he became daddy.
Ta-da! King Daddy.
I'm not a king daddy, but
King
daddy.
President, almighty ruler daddy.
Okay,
Cassian.
which is more daddy, Cassian or Lord of Bloodshed?
Lord of Bloodshed. Lord of Bloodshed. But which one told her to put the hands on the headboard? Because it's that one.
Well, that's Cassian.
That's Cassian.
That's
With
Cassian.
a little bit of Lord of Bloodshed. Yeah. No, Lord of Bloodshed.
Yeah. Kingfisher.
Daddy.
Okay. All right. Helion.
I need to think about this.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking Throne of Glass Helion or Crescent City?
No, Akatar.
Akatar.
High Lord of the Day Court.
Helion Spellcleaver.
No, yes, Helion's. Is it Day? Is he Day? Yes, Day,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I probably think he's probably a daddy.
We have no proof, but yeah.
I don't think there's enough.
I have a hard time.
He's the romance reader background. Je ne sais quoi.
I think he's probably daddy.
All right. The Guardian.
Daddy.
Okay. Ransom.
That name, no. Duddy.
See, I like I like Ransom.
That name, no. Immediately
daddy.
ick. But I call him the Guardian in my head.
It's still daddy, but less daddy than the Guardian.
The Guardian. And then the nickname Rance, like Rancid? No. But but as a human being, daddy. All human?
As a
yes,
mortal
human.
As a being.
Infected human.
There you go. Yes.
Slade Ravenger.
Daddy.
Okay, but Commander
High
Rip.
Lord of the High Lord.
Daddy.
Oh, which one is more daddy?
Rip. I think Rip is more daddy.
Yeah?
Really?
That's hard. That's a hard one for me.
Because I think he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. I think in his Rip form, he's a little bit more I don't give a fuck, and I think there's like a badassery to him. Not that he's not badass.
Spoiler alert for people who haven't gotten that far. Commander Rip is kind of not just one person. Spoiler. And so I feel like the persona is it's
Do we think it Commander Rip who went back to the town in which all those awful things were done to her, where he did what he did to the town? Was that Commander Rip to you? Because if so, then Commander Rip is more daddy. I don't want to like give away spoilers for people.
I'm calling either one of them daddy, so I don't think it matters to me.
All of them.
I feel like that was more Slade.
Yeah. See, then that's Slade for me.
Yeah.
He beats Cassian for me, and I called Cassian King, President, High Lord, Daddy. So that's how you know how I feel.
I do. I love Slade for sure.
He's good. Someone was Anyway, that's the end of my list.
That was a good list.
Like, you guys have like your book club. I have my two best friends from high school and the younger sister of one of my best friends who like we all like grew up kind of together. We all live all over the country, but we have our Marco Polo enabled book club. But sometimes we read out of like asynchronously from each other. So one of them is she started reading that series and she's like, I don't know about this Midas. I'm like, just keep reading. I don't really like. Am I supposed to like Midas? Just keep reading. No. Yeah. Just keep reading.
Go read.
That is a series that I will stand on a soapbox about, because when people have that response, they're like, I don't like Midas. Like, this is so weird. What the fuck is going on? My response is absolutely keep reading. Like, it is actually genius storytelling and writing that you are uncomfortable reading book one because the character is uncomfortable. Like, it is so meta emotional writing. And I think it is absolutely genius of her part.
Yeah.
Or we should probably put the series out there for people that don't know.
Plated Prisoner series.
Plated Prisoner.
Yes, Raven Kennedy. One of my favorites.
I can't wait for her new book. She's got a new book coming out. I'm so excited for it.
I can't wait. Yeah. That series is God tier for me, for sure.
That makes me happy.
Oh, wait, I have a question. If I can ask you guys one question.
Yeah.
Outside of the characters that we've listed, is there a favorite or top 2 like daddy or mommy that you feel like is underrated that we haven't talked about that you're like everyone needs to know who this is?
So for me, 100% it's Hades. Like I am
Okay.
Hades, particularly when we get into book 2, and I'm so excited for the book 3, the Wrath. I can't remember what
The
was that.
Wrath Gods Reap. So
Yeah,
this is the Crucible series by Abigail Owen. Starts with the games gods play.
yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's on my god tier. Like I feel like everyone should read it, but it is kind of not. It's not the easy. Like you do need to pay attention, but like once it all begin on that genius level of writing, like as it begins to all come together towards the end of book 2, and like all of the stuff that was in book 1 falls in place. Like he is just
Yeah.
like his actions in book 1 are so incredible when you understand
Mhm.
it coming from book 2.
I
Like
love
yeah.
that.
Yeah, he gets hotter. Yeah,
I do
yeah,
love that.
yeah.
What are yours, Avery? Lindsay, I'm coming to you next too, so get your
So I'm currently just finishing up the Kushiel's Dart
Yeah.
series,
Ooh.
the Phaedra trilogy, and Cassiel's Servant, which was the kind of like 4th book that was an add-on. And I'm going to perhaps just anyone who is thinking about reading this, I love it, but you have to love fantasy and you have to give it let it cook. It needs
Okay.
some time. It's like a wine that needs to breathe for a little bit before it's going to be enjoyable. Because it is more of a fantasy that has a romantic plot. And it is
I love that. Yeah.
the primary love interest in the primary love story to me is not Daddy. I love him, but he's and I love him so much, but he's not Daddy. However, there is another character who is a love interest for a secondary character's love interest, and he's Daddy for sure. And I almost don't want to say his name because it's a spoiler. And also
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it's this time of night, I can't remember
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, I've got so many books going now trying to like catch up to her. And one of which is I started Kashiel's Dart. I'm 10 hours into the audiobook and it's still not like the beginning of the story. So like it is
Right.
like old
She's
school
thick.
world
Yeah.
building. Like 25 chapters to like get the book started, but it is
Yeah.
so cool. Like it is just it definitely is like a whole different world, and I'm super excited for like what's gonna come. But like it is like there's no romance yet at all, right? I mean, like it is all
Wow.
like deep world building, but it is particularly on the
It's a
audiobook
fantasy series with romance, not a romance
Yeah.
series
and
with
Yes.
fantasy. Yeah.
the audiobook, the way she wrote it, it's like hypnotizing. Like her language structure when it's read out loud is just like
Ooh, I like that.
I could
Do
listen to this like forever. And like you kind of get like lost into just like the experience of listening, which I don't think I've ever had before.
Well, and so I heard about this series because Penn Cole had recommended it, and I love her books. And when I listened, I started eyeball reading it, and then I switched to audiobook because it is very lyrical. But it's like that direct line. You can see, I mean this in as the best compliment to both authors, Jacqueline Carey and Penn Cole. You can see the influence. And if you like Penn Cole's writing, I think you're going to like Jacqueline Carey's writing. It's more fantasy heavy. And it's okay that there's no love interest yet because it starts when this person's a child. It'd be weird to have a love interest until they get to,
very weird.
like,
Yeah.
so you got to wait. She has to grow up a little. Our FMC needs to grow up to a point where it makes sense to have a love interest. And
Yes.
she does eventually.
sure.
Yes. She just started adulting.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
But anyway, there's a secondary character whose love interest is we see this character more later in the series, and we actually get a lot of him in the kind of companion book Castiel's Servant, which is basically book 1 of the series, but from another viewpoint. And it's a really great, it also starts when the MMC is a child, so follows his kind of growing up years, and then they converge. And it's a great entry point. You could read that one first if you wanted to.
And this wasn't the plan, but based upon when this is going to air next week, Jacqueline Carey is actually going to be on the podcast.
That's incredible. That's amazing. Oh my God,
So
you guys.
yes.
You're
So if any of that sounded interesting to
is-
you, tune in next week, which wasn't planned at all.
That's
huge.
awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's so
wow.
cool, you guys.
So
Congrats.
excited.
Love
Oh,
that.
I can't wait to listen.
I know.
She's yeah, it's the 25-year anniversary. June 23rd is the 25th anniversary of the first book in the series, because she'll start. And so that is, we are kicking off a very special celebratory week.
Well, we might as well tell them because it's next week.
Okay, it's Love is That Wilt Week. So it is a week celebrating inclusive love, because one of the hallmarks of the world that is created is love as thou wilt. And so love in all of its forms is normal and accepted. And we thought it was a beautiful thing to celebrate during Pride Month. So
that's perfect.
Man,
I
what
love
wow,
that.
having her on the podcast is amazing.
Yeah, that's so cool, you guys.
I try not to think about it too much, because I'll
Yeah,
totally get that.
Yeah, right.
Wow, I'm already sweating thinking.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. You're gonna do awesome. It's gonna be the best.
Well, tell us, what is next for you? So first of all, we're going on vacation next year, huh?
We're going on vacation. Lindsey, you want to tell them about the vacation?
Yeah. Banter and Bookmarks is hosting a cruise. We are cruising with Royal Caribbean next May 2027. And we just announced it. We already have people booking. It is shocking. It's so much fun, but we have all kinds of fun activities that we have planned. Jess Cathers, or J.R. Cathers, the author of Child of Chevet, is coming with us too. And so we are going to do a live show with Jess to talk about her series, The Veils of Terror. Yep. And we're going to do stuff all over the boat. We're going to do book trivia and bookish meetups and basically have fun and read together.
Yeah.
So
where are you cruising from and to?
We're
how long
going
is it?
It's 5 days, 4 nights out of Port Canaveral, Florida. And so we'll do a stop in Nassau, Bahamas, Coco Cay, which is Royal's private island, which my husband and I are big cruisers. We love Coco Cay. And then we'll have a full day at sea and then back to Port Canaveral.
Mm-hmm.
Big Royal Caribbean cruisers when we cruise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I'm so excited.
I've been on a few cruises, but never Royal, so I'm excited. Yeah, and so if anyone wants to join us, we have a link in our bio on our Instagram at Banter and Bookmarks, and we have a really great travel agent that we're working with. Her name is Greer. So if you have any questions, there's a whole booking site, and it's literally just let's all go on vacation together, and we're gonna align on some agenda things that if you want to join all of them, great. If you want to say hi to us once and come to the live show, and
do that,
let's
whatever
just
you want.
be on
It's
a
your
big old
vacation.
boat together. Yeah. So.
And we'll drop that link in the show notes as long as it's active.
Yeah.
Yes, it's active. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
And it sounds like it might not be active for long if they're already booking.
We are, but we have the potential to open up more rooms if we want to. We did an initial block, but there is a potential for us to open up more. So once this books, they said as long as the cruise has room on it, we can keep booking. And
adding.
So we were like,
so
yay.
Yeah. So basically, if people
How
want
many
to come, we're going to keep trying to
friends?
add.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's coming soon. We're currently in our Fury Bound deep dive coverage, which is very, very exciting. And then we go immediately back to our Rights of the Starling coverage because we just finished our Shield of Sparrows. And then we have a couple fun theme weeks planned in the fall that we haven't announced yet, but we're finalizing what those are going to look like, and we'll hopefully share those soon. And of course, everyone who knows us knows that as soon as J.R. Cather's next book comes out, we will be deep diving it. So Beast of Brax is currently set to come out in March of 2027. Might come out sooner, who knows, but we're ready when it
Yay, that's awesome.
Yep.
Did you already bedazzle the Fury Bound?
I haven't bedazzled my Fury Bound yet. Honestly, it's just shiny. Yeah. It's actually easier to bedazzle soft cover books than it is because dust jackets are so flexible. So
Yeah.
my dire bound is Bedazzled. So when it comes out on paperback, I'll probably bedazzle my paperback.
That's a whole cruise activity.
We honestly,
Absolutely.
we're thinking about it. We're like, hey, let's do some book
Absolutely.
bedazzling.
Let's talk
actually
about
sounds
books
so
and
fun.
bedazzle them.
Right?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
sun
I love
with a
bedazzling.
drink and just bedazzle. We're going to do like morning audiobook walks. Just come, let's walk and listen to our audiobook.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. Can it be May 10th, 2027?
This time next year, we will literally be
On the boat.
on a boat.
That's true.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
And going
we've sang that
fasting.
so many
So
times.
much. We made shirts in the back says like banter, boats, books, and babes, I think are the 4 B's that
Yeah.
we picked.
Something like that. I don't know.
We're like boats and books and Battlestar Galactica. Like I just kept going with these.
Boats and
Bears,
beats
books,
and
beats, boats.
Bears, books,
Battlestar
and
Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica.
We
and-
probably could
and
have
some
put that
beats.
on our shirt and it would have made sense for us.
People would have
also.
bought it. People would have been like, yeah, sure, great. I'll wear that shirt.
Okay. On a side note, I can't remember her name, but the blonde Cylon, mommy.
In Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, Battlestar
Yeah, yeah,
Galactica.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember her name either.
I feel like because you haven't watched The Office, you're not understanding the reference.
That is 100% correct.
But I get where your
But
brain's
still,
at.
But still.
I get where your brain's going. Also,
Battlestar
why haven't you
Galactica.
watched The Office?
Oh, now you're
He
gonna
has
get
too
me in
many books.
trouble.
He's reading too slow, okay? He needs to read. He is only on
He-
That
the
is-
problem
that
is-
is my best excuse.
The problem is he gets
You go.
really, really bad, uncomfortable secondhand embarrassment. So he can't watch.
Then that's not the show
No.
for you.
That is a show to watch by yourself when no one is around.
It's not the show. It is such an embarrassing show all the time for them.
It's
Also,
so
that's
good.
really good to know because I then will act very different around you in public because I tend to embarrass people, like secondhand embarrass people, like not like embarrass
Yep.
you. Now that I know that, I will tone it down. Okay.
Really comfortable with me being the one being embarrassed.
You don't ever get embarrassed about anything.
That's so funny.
Like literally, I have never seen you embarrassed about anything. And I'm like, in our professional life, we are like national speakers and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he'll get up and he'll like,
If I made it through the porn comment, I have nothing will embarrass me.
I
So
can't
this
wait
is
to hear
way
more
off-
about
this is
that
we
way-
may have
story.
to cut this part.
This is way off, but we're gonna tell you this story. So I'm on stage at a national conference, and I'm talking about the history of medical, and I'm talking about the history of mammography and how the history of mammography applies to preventative care. And I like get done with my whole like plan spiel, and I'm super pleased with it. And the moderator goes, "Well, that's really interesting. I've never had anyone on a medical panel talk about pornography before."
What?
They
Like-
couldn't hear him and thought that's what he said.
The whole time? That's what they thought you were saying?
The moderator and the audience is like, "He said mammography." They could
Oh my
hear. The acoustics weren't really bad. And then so I just kind of, and we were talking about brain health and like why brain health is important. And so I turned to them and I'm like, well, I hope that brain health becomes as popular as pornography.
There you go. Right. The world would be a better place.
Oh my God.
That's hysterical.
Literally nothing embarrasses him.
Yeah. After that, I mean, what
You
could
know what?
embarrass you?
Yeah, I would have laughed. So I would have had so much fun. I think I would have had a hard time keeping
Taking
it
that-
together and not
Yeah.
just laughing
I would
my
have been like
ass off.
so red. It would have been, I would have had to maybe excuse myself.
That is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
You think
That's
we're funny
good.
here? You should know us in real life. And I will be 10% funnier soon.
You will be 10%
Yes.
funny.
Once you finish those books, 10% funnier. Well, then watch The
Anyway.
Office, 20%.
So thank you. So anyway, so that's very exciting. Tell us where we can find you on the web, on social media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably not in real
All
life.
of the above. All of the above. We are most active on our Instagram in terms of being social with others at Banter and Bookmarks, but we are on TikTok. We have a Patreon channel where we do like monthly book clubs. And so far, every month, the author has joined us, which is super fun. We have a private Discord and things like that. And then you can watch our episodes. We have video on both Spotify and YouTube. And then we are available on audio literally everywhere else. Apple Podcasts, Audible, Caster, anywhere else that you like to listen to podcasts. You can listen to the three of us yap and say some crazy shit.
Unhinged.
Absolutely unhinged.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and talking all things daddy, and then also all the other things in addition to that, and laughing. And we are so excited for your cruise next year. We're really looking to see if we can make it work.
That would be awesome. We would love for you guys to join.
We love fun.
We love fun. And we love book fun most.
Yeah.
Right? And
We're
you love
fun.
book community. We're fun. You're fun.
Yeah.
Let's be fun together.
On
I
a
feel
boat.
like what's her name? Let's dance. Forget it. Jennifer Lawrence. Sorry.
All right. It is the time of night where I am almost going to. We don't normally record in the evening, and I am almost at my too silly to keep it together stage.
Yep.
I love you at this stage.
This is his favorite.
This is why I keep you up.
So on that note, before I do get too silly to keep it together, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, thank you so much. That's it from us. I hope everyone will let us know in the comments, who is daddy? What is daddy? And who did we get right? Who do you disagree with? We're not wrong. You just disagree with us. And for everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this wild ride. And remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.